All right, good morning everybody. Out here, beautiful lake, looking at a beautiful kayak. Today, I'm going to do a little run through of this kayak. This is a Topwater 120 PDL, made by Old Town. But first, before I get started on that, got some cleaning products, good stuff, UV protectant. We're going to clean this boat up, make it shine, and I'll get back to you whenever we're done. We're back. Got her all cleaned up, got her all put together. Let's take a walk around and I'll show you some of the cool features of this boat. Here we go. So starting from the front, this is your drain plug, only drain plug on the boat. Unscrew it, tip it, pretty simple. Pretty much all sit on tops kayaks have these, so not a big deal. This handle's nice. It's not molded in, but it feels like it is. I mean, it's not going anywhere, so it's a really good handle. This is the front compartment closing lid right here. This is really nice. One hand release, one hand to put back. So turns out whenever you're on the water, that is really handy. Pretty good storage in here. Let's get it open here. In here I keep things like my life jacket. I keep all sorts of stuff. A medical kit. Drift sock. Pretty much any other odds and ends that you could possibly need go right in that front hatch. People store food in there. whatever you want to keep dry, keep safe. It's got a good rubber gasket in there. It's not having any issues. So moving up here a little bit, this is the pedal drive, PDL drive. PDL drive is one big, about 20-pound piece of equipment. This thing has a 5-year warranty on it. The way it goes in, you just put it on, it's loose, right? Then you just tighten it down like that. That goes on both sides, and that's how you put it in. It's very simple to use. It has a really cool compartment right here. A nice dry box, sealed off. This is where I put my phone and keys. So essentially, all you'll do is pull this and drop it in this hole here, and it'll lock into place with that one there. Right now, this bucket under here is in the way, so we're not going to do that at the moment. Like I said, it's a 5-year warranty. I've had 0 issues with it. It's a 10-to-1 drive, I believe. Gets you about 5.5 miles an hour max. Cruising speed of like 3.5 miles an hour, I believe, in that range, and I believe it fully. Right here, these rails right here are really nice. They're for putting fishing poles through. There's a little spot underneath the seat that lets your pole ride right up through here. So you can put a pole on that side or on this side. Either side's going to work great. This is the paddle that came with me, or with mine. I bought mine from Kayak City, which is based out of California, and they gave me this paddle for free, which is a very nice 250 millimeter fiberglass paddle. Moving up a little bit, we're going to get here to the foam deck pads. Those are really nice when it's either hot or slippery wet out. There's a little measuring thing here to measure fish if you need to. Side compartments here, I keep things like this is a scale, a digital scale. It also has a tape measure on the side of it. I also keep some snips in here just for snipping line. Nothing too crazy. On this other side, I keep my fish grips. I use them both. I'm left-handed. I use them with my right hand, and a pair of pliers, which they're fish pliers. They work really well. I keep them in that holster right in there. Moving on to the seat. This is the upgraded Element seat. This also came because of the order from Kayak City. It's actually a $200 upgrade from the original seat that's on the Topwater 120 PDL. But this seat is ridiculously comfy. You can sit in it all day, no issues. It also has this awesome compartment under here. As you can see, inside this compartment, I keep a couple Plano boxes with a bait and gear underneath there, and it fits real nice. There's also room for that type of stuff underneath the seat if you need to. Moving back, the seat actually folds right up, just like so. You have to get out of the way if you need to. Back here's another box storage area. Very nice, large amounts of storage under here. Just a ton of room for whatever you could possibly need. The cup holder on this side is really handy. I use that cup holder for drinks all the time. Over here is the rudder control. With the rudder control, rudder's back here, and whenever we get back to the rudder, I will show you more about the rudder control. Moving back is this is a big open spot. Obviously, right now the way I have it set up is I have my big crate here, right? So with my crate, I'll show you how I set it up. This is a cutting board on top of a 13 by 19 inch, or 13 by 18, 13 by 19 inch crate. I got a long crate instead of just a regular size one. I wanted more room. I used a bungee and drilled a little hole here just to keep it closed. Works really well. On the inside, got all my Plano boxes and stuff, and all my baits live in there. You can also put food in there, whatever you want. I also usually keep a fish cleaning kit in there. And this cutting board works well because I clean my fish right on it, so it works out really quite nicely. And that just goes right back in there. Maybe. There it goes. On the side here, this is where my anchor is. This is a 26-foot dog leash. Alright, on a cord. And this is where I keep the anchor. If I deploy it, I'll actually usually just set it on the side here if I'm using it. And this, just opens up, and I toss it out and lock it. It works really quite well. Right now I've got 2 spinner rods and 2 bait caster rods, so Topwater and soft plastic. And here I'm just doing some spinners for crappie and my pole up there, also spinner for crappie. That's about what I run. It's about 4 poles max. That's all I really need. Actually, it's more than I need, probably, to be honest. But the crate, it actually is designed to fit a normal size crate. I just cut this one out so I'd have the bigger crate room. It works really well because back here, this is where the rudder is. So the rudder goes up and down, just like that. And it's controlled by this right here. So you just move this, that puts it down, that puts it up. I'll show you what it looks like back here. Deployed and retract. This strap right here is really handy. If I can get it. Oh, it's getting hot. And this handle, you can actually lift the boat by this handle as well. This handle and this handle. I actually usually grab right here and under here just to take pressure off of this, but you can lift it with that. Just make sure you undo it before you get in the water, otherwise you're not going to be able to deploy the rudder. Back to the rudder. Once it's deployed, steering is really easy with this right here. You just loosen, this is the tension knob, and you can loosen, tighten it, whatever you need, and you just turn this left or right, and as you can see, it turns the rudder left or right. Works really well. Never had any issues with it. All right, moving on. Just about done with the tour here. Here I've got my net. This is a foldable net. I really like these nets. They're a rubber net instead of the cloth net, so you don't get your hooks caught in them and tangled up in them very easily. I keep most of this type of gear on these little cords right here. These paddle leash type cords. I've got an extra one. I always have a couple of these hanging from here just for random things. Usually I will have off of this handle here, I have a stringer that runs from right here off the side, and I use a rope and metal stringer combination that works really well. Went over everything on it. Rail systems are great. The whole boat is great. Let's be honest. This thing works. It's a fishing machine. I cannot stress you enough just how awesome it is to be able to fish hands-free. A lot of times I'll see paddle kayaks out there and they are just struggling. When it gets any bit of wind, I mean, I live out here in Wyoming, and anytime any wind kicks up, they're fighting that wind instead of fishing. Me, I'm just trolling along or just pedaling along, and they look at me like I just jumped the moon or something. It really makes a heck of a difference having the pedal drive system. I'm not gonna lie. This thing comes in price wise at about $21.99 with that upgraded seat and the paddle. If you buy the angler package from Kayak City, which I recommend using, it was free shipping and you got all that, so you got $400 worth of upgrade for free essentially, plus the free shipping. And they were really good with their customer service. They forgot to send me out the paddle. They made sure to make that right, and they sent me out the paddle. So it came in with no damage, anything like that. This thing weighs in at about 85 pounds without the pedal drive, and it comes in at like around 105 pounds with the pedal drive. So fully rigged with all my gear, we're probably looking at 130 pounds for this guy with my crate and everything else on it. That's a wrap. That's it. We're done. It's too nice out here to be sitting out here making a video, so we're gonna get out there, hit the water, see if we can't catch ourselves some fish. Y'all have a good day.